Hello there, Malia. I heard that your mother is in critical condition right now. So what's the word? Is her time running out?
Are you being serious? What's wrong with you? Kelly, I cannot deal with this right now. Just tell me what you want and leave me alone. I don't want to waste any more time talking to you than absolutely necessary.
I don't believe you. Here I am, going out of my way to talk to my daughter-in-law, and this is how you respond to me? It's a wonder why my son even puts up with you. It's precisely that nasty attitude of yours that caused all of this to happen to you in the first place.
What? There was so much nonsense in there, I don't even know where to start. What are you talking about?
Karma, Malia. Karma. Think about all the bad things that have happened to you lately. Your mother's condition worsened to the point where she needed round-the-clock care, but there were no nursing homes within a drivable distance who could handle someone in her condition, so you had to take care of her yourself at home. That's a ton of time and money that you're having to spend on her, and it's all because of you. What goes around comes around. Maybe if you were slightly more pleasant to be around, your mother wouldn't be dying right now.
For the love of God, Kelly! Of all the times for you to go on one of your nonsensical rants, my mother is currently in critical condition and I don't know how much time I have left. I don't have the time or the patience to deal with you. For once in your life, could you not be an insensitive harridan?
Why should I be sensitive? My mother's not dying, yours is. She's nothing to me. I don't see any reason to care about her. Your mother will soon be a thing of the past, and I want to talk about the future.
What future?
My future, of course. Your mother's going to die any second, right? Are we talking days or hours?
I'm not talking to you about this at all. Now stop messaging me. I'm putting down my phone.
You can't do that. We have so many more important things to talk about. Do you think sometime next week would work out for you?
Next week? For what? Are you actually talking about my mom's funeral while she's still alive?
Why do you have to make everything about you and your mother? Oh, you're so self-centered. I'm not concerned with your mother's funeral at all. Like I said, this is about me, not you. I'm going to move next week.
Okay, congratulations. I have no idea what you moving has to do with me, though. And this time's for real, Kelly. I am putting down my phone. Do not message me unless you actually have something important to talk to me about. Preferably don't message me at all.
Hey, what's going on? I'm standing in front of your house right now. Are you going to come out or what? The truck is going to be here soon. I hope you're in the mood to work because I have a lot of things for you to carry for me. Malia? Malia, are you there? I don't believe this. You're not even home right now. Where are you and what are you doing? You're not out at some club or something, are you? I am appalled. Your mother hasn't even been in the ground for a week and you are already gallivanting around the town like a college girl?
Not again. Kelly, what are you talking about? What truck? Why are you at my house?
I'm moving in today, and the moving truck with all of my things is going to arrive soon. I'm so proud of my son for buying such a big house for me. I can't wait to see my new room.
Your new room? Do you ever make sense, Kelly? Do you think this is your son's house and that you're going to live here now? My mom just died. I am stressed out enough as it is. I don't need your shenanigans making things worse. Come out and say it, Kelly. Why are you here?
I already told you I'm moving in today. Oh, did I forget to tell you? Oh, silly me. I just thought that you must be terribly lonely after the death of your mother, and I have the perfect solution for you. I'll take her place. You can take care of me all day instead of her.
What?
That's all there is to it, so open up the door already. The truck is going to be here any moment. Why would you be out of the house on a day like this? You should have told me about your plans when I asked you last week.
You should have told me that you were going to try to force your way into my house.
Your house? What a bunch of nonsense. It's not your house. My son, out of the kindness of his heart, simply allowed you and your sickly mother to live there. And now that she's out of the picture, it is my turn to claim what's rightfully mine from the very beginning.
It's rightfully mine, not yours.
Just because you're married to a man who cares about you enough to buy a house for you doesn't mean you own it. Your mother is dead, so now I'm going to live there. Frankly, I don't get why you think you have a say in the matter. My son will be thrilled when he comes home and sees me all moved in.
Wait, you mean he doesn't know? But that would mean that you don't know about... Oh, that idiot.
What?
This is unreal. How could he not have told you yet? I'm gonna pass the phone over. You just wait right there.
What in the world was that? And now you're calling me Mom? You've been married for years now, and you've never called me Mom before.
That wasn't me. It was Mike. We're talking with our lawyers right now. We were in the middle of a very important conversation, but you went and started texting me a load of nonsense, so I passed Mike the phone.
But I don't understand.
All right, if that's not enough for you to get it, then I'm going to have Mike call you himself. He has a lot that he needs to tell you. Honestly, it makes me feel kind of sorry for you that you're completely out of the loop. You're just some confused old woman.
Malia, you owe me an explanation. Is everything Mike told me really true? And I can't live in your house with you anymore? But if that's the case, then what am I supposed to do now?
There was a very good reason I wasn't answering my phone. I am busy right now. I can't talk to you. That's beside the point, though, honestly, because even if I could talk to you, I don't want to. So once again, tell me what you want as briefly as possible so I can go back to ignoring you.
You know exactly what I want. I am standing here at your house ready to move in. You need to open the door and let me inside.
How stupid can you be, you senile old hag?
Excuse me?
Your son just gave you the whole story, didn't he? I listened to him and it seems pretty crystal clear to me. You are not moving into my house today, tomorrow, or any other day. You are never going to live in my house. Get it? Mike just got done telling you that, so I am racking my brain to think of a reason why you still think I'm going to let you in. Seriously, Kelly, tell me where your confusion is.
But it's just that I thought that was Mike's house. Is it really yours? And the two of you are getting divorced? Is this all some sort of a cruel joke?
Why would we both work together to play a trick like this on you? And we are not getting divorced. We are divorced. We got divorced an entire month ago. You were saying that Mike let me and my mom live here out of the kindness of his heart? No, I was the one letting him live here. He has no right to live in this house.
I had no idea. I mean, no one ever told me. How could you wait until this moment to tell me something so important? Do you have any idea the position I'm in right now because of you?
Are you really going to try to blame this on me? Not even Mike thought that you would do something so grotesquely stupid as to move into my house without telling either of us. Sure, Mike should have told you sooner, but that is a completely separate discussion. You just single-handedly decided that you were going to move into my house. You even hired a moving truck to take all your stuff there today. Well, it sucks to be you, but you're not moving in with me. Me and Mike aren't married anymore, and that means there is no longer any relationship between me and you.
Then what am I supposed to do with all my things? And what should I tell the movers?
I don't know, and I don't care. It is not my problem. Tell them you're an idiot and that the move is canceled, so they'll have to put all your stuff back into your old house.
But I can't do that.
And why not?
Because I already sold my old house.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm not, but even if I could move back in, I still have to pay the movers for their work today. You want me to pay them to take all my stuff out and put it right back in? You two not telling me about any of this until the very last minute has caused a world of trouble for me.
Once again, Kelly, who was it who made the decision to move? You. Who was it who hired the movers to take your stuff to my house? You. Who was it that deliberately did not tell either Mike or myself about your plans? You. If you had simply done that last thing, then we could have put a stop to it before either of the first two things happened.
But I didn't know.
And that's your fault. You got yourself into this mess so you can get yourself out. Look, I'm done with you. If you still don't get it, then talk to your son. None of this is any of my problem.
But I tried talking to my son. He just told me that I needed to talk to you. Why else do you think I would be trying to contact you right now? But I see that you're not interested in taking responsibility for your part in this.
Shut up and leave me alone, you demented old nut job.
Hey!
I am sick and tired of you avoiding any and all responsibility for your own actions. Don't tell me I'm responsible for you being a complete moron. I am kicking Mike out of my house, effective today. You will never live there either. Now, I mean it this time. Goodbye. Good luck finding somewhere else to live.
I am in big trouble right now, and I need your help.
For the love of God, Kelly, why are you contacting me again? It's like you have some kind of problem in your brain preventing you from processing new information. I have told you this so many times now. I should set it up to where every time you text me, it automatically replies, I am not going to do anything for you. I'm not even going to talk to you. Talk to your son.
But that's just the thing, Malia. Mike says he's not my son anymore. He tells me he's disowning me as his mother. I can't believe he would say such a terrible thing to me. I gave birth to that boy. I raised him. What did I do to deserve him turning his back on me like this? I had to pay the movers extra to bring all my stuff back to my old house. It took some doing, but I ultimately was able to back out of the sale. I had to pay a massive penalty for breach of contract, however. Can you imagine making me pay them to not sell my house to them? The nerve! How can you hear all of that and not have even an ounce of pity for me? Isn't there something, anything that you can do to help me out in my darkest hour?
I did hear all of that, Kelly, and you know what I think? It sounds like all of the things that are happening to you are your fault.
That might be the case. But you have to consider things from my point of view. I was under a huge misunderstanding. I had no idea what was really going on between the two of you. In one day, I found out that my son was both divorced and unemployed. This is all of my worst nightmares come true. Maybe I made a mistake or two along the way, but you can't honestly tell me that this is all my fault.
And what do you want me to do about that, huh? I know it's not all your fault.
You do?
Yes, it's also your idiot, lying, low-down, no-good son's fault, too. Is that what you want me to tell you? Does that make you feel better about the horrible position you've put yourself in? Oh, and by the way, I've got more good news for you. Your son is up to his eyeballs in debt. So things are about to get very, very hard for the both of you. So you'd better find some way to get over whatever your issues are with each other and work together.
He's in debt? I don't believe it. I would love nothing more than to support my son through this, but he's cutting me out of his life. I've never seen him this mad before, not even when he was a teenager. Malia, please, can't you do something for me? I don't see why we can't all just make up and live together as one big happy family.
Because we're divorced. We're not a family anymore, and we never will be again. That means that I will never have to put up with your delusional ramblings ever again. Now, if you want my suggestion, you need to act like a mother for once in your life and go slap some sense into your son. Never speak to me again.
Hey there, Malia. I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. My mom sure is a psycho, huh? But after the way I talked to her, I don't think you'll ever have any trouble from her again. You heard the way I spoke to her on the phone the other day, right? I was being pretty harsh on her. So yeah, I think that should assure you that we'll do much better from now on.
Mike, there is no from now on for us.
Come on, really?
We've been through this. We're divorced, and I'm kicking you out of my house. You signed a contract at the meeting saying you understood that, so there's no getting out of this. We have nothing more to talk about. You have until this evening to pack up your things and leave that house. If you don't, then you'll face massive fees for breaching the terms of our agreement.
But I got rid of my mom for you. I told her I hated her, that she's an idiot, that I never wanted to speak to her again. I'm glad to finally be rid of her. I never needed her anyway. The only person I need is you, Malia.
You're only saying that because you're afraid of becoming homeless. And if I really were the only person you needed, then why did you cheat on me? Not only that, you spent all of your money and mine on your mistress. You even took on debt in order to keep spending money on her. And once the banks wouldn't lend you anymore, you stole money from your company, which got you fired.
But that's all in the past. I'm a changed man. You'll see.
No, I won't, because I am never going to speak to you again. We're already divorced, Mike. The only reason I let you keep living with me was to keep my mom from finding out about our divorce. I didn't want her to see us fighting in her final month. But she's gone now, and I no longer have any reason to keep up appearances. I want you gone as quickly as possible. If I never see your face again, it'll be too soon.
Malia, I am really, really sorry for what I've done to you, but I already apologized for all of that a bunch of times. Don't you think it's time you forgave me?
Give it up, Mike. You know fully well that nothing you say is going to do any good now. Or, well, if you don't know, then you're just a hopeless idiot. I mean, sure, you spoke to your mom in an incredibly vulgar fashion over the phone, calling her every dirty name in the English language, but you don't seem to understand that this whole debacle was partially your fault for not telling her the truth.
I had no way of knowing she was going to try and move into your house.
But if you had told her that we were divorced and it was my house, then she never would have done that. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Really, Mike? What was your plan here? Did you think I was going to come running back to you after you berated your mom in front of me? Or even that I would let you keep living in my house? Did you eat paint chips when you were a kid? You're going to be homeless, penniless, and alone in a couple hours. That wasn't just a self-serving act of betrayal. It was an incredibly stupid choice. She's your only lifeline now.
But Malia...
But nothing. No excuses, no apologies, no begging. I don't want to hear anything else from you. Go apologize to your mom, not me. If not, then you're going to have to go to a homeless shelter or something. Not to mention you'll never be able to pay off your debt.
Aren't I too late for that, though? I thought cursing out my mom was my last chance to get back together with you. But it didn't pay off.
Yeah, if anything, it only made me hate you more. What the hell is wrong with you? Talking to your mother like that? She could get in an accident any time, you know. How would you feel if those were the last words you ever said to her? This is my final piece of advice to you, Mike. Take care of your mom. Make things right with her. Spend as much time with her as you can while you still have the chance. Because once she's gone, it'll be too late for regrets. Goodbye.
There, Malia. I happened to walk by your house today and saw a for sale sign posted. It made me think about, well, a lot of things. And that's why I thought I might text you to see how things were going.
I'm sorry, who are you? And what do you want?
I completely understand why you would respond that way. I said terrible, awful things to you. I just wanted you to know that I am truly, sincerely, unapologetically sorry for what I did.
Wow, so you are capable of apologizing. That's a bit of a shock. Anyway, I don't have anything to say to you anymore, so I'm going to block your number now.
Wait, I wanted to thank you.
Oh? Thank me for what?
Thanks to you, me and my son are a family once again. I'm not sure what you said to him that day, but whatever it was, he said it opened up his eyes to what a fool he'd been. And that was what woke me out of my delusions as well. We were completely in the wrong.
Yeah, I am aware of that.
Your dear mother was lying on her deathbed, and all I could think about was moving in after she passed. I have no idea what came over me. I was exceptionally cruel to do that to you, Malia. I got to thinking, if it were me, taking my dying breath, and someone had said something like that to my boy Mike, he would have been positively furious, and rightfully so. And after all of that, I didn't even attend her funeral. Mike and I both did unforgivable things to you, and you have every right to despise us.
I am not sure how to respond to this. I am literally at a loss for words. I never expected a sincere apology out of you.
I also wanted to assure you that Mike will pay you every cent that he owes you. I'll make sure of it. He both cheated on you and stole your money. I never knew he was capable of doing such a despicable thing. I only have myself to blame, though. I'm his mother. I raised him. But for the record, he is working quite hard to rebuild his life. At least that's how it appears to me. We're living together in my house.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's how it would work out.
I'm so glad I was able to back out of the sale. If I had waited just a few more hours to call the realtor, then the title would have been officially transferred to the buyer and I'd be homeless.
Wow, you made it in just the nick of time.
Yes, but I still had to pay an extraordinary penalty. It was an extremely pricey lesson to learn. But as a result, I am spending more time with my son than I have in ages. So thank you, Malia, from the bottom of my heart. Your words were exactly what Mike needed in order to turn his life around. And for me as well, for that matter.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you've had a change of heart.
Not nearly as glad as I am, I assure you. Mike has told me that he wants to treasure every moment that we have together. You have no idea how wonderful that feels.
Wow. Well, Kelly, I don't suppose the two of us will ever speak again after this, but I'm happy for you. Once that house is sold, I'll be moving to another town and starting a new life. I wish you and Mike the best of luck. Goodbye, Kelly.
Goodbye, Malia. Thank you again, and take care.
I haven't heard from either of them since. I don't know what they're doing or how they're doing, and honestly, I don't particularly care. But I do feel a bit better about the whole situation after receiving those last few texts from Kelly. I suppose I can call that the silver lining of the dark cloud of my relationship with them. As for me, I bought a smaller house that was more within my means. I miss my mom dearly, but I'm doing my best to live my life to the fullest every day. That's the best way I can think to honor my mom's memory. I've decided to focus more of my time and energy on my career, which I had mostly put on hold while I was taking care of my mom. It helps me keep my mind off of my troubles. I hope that everyone out there learns the same lesson Mike and his mom learned. Don't take a single second for granted. Treasure every last moment you get to share with the ones you love. But not just because you're worried about having regrets when they're gone, but because time is the single most precious gift we're given in our short time on Earth. Use it wisely.
Oh my God. Becky, I just heard from Jake that you're like crazy old. And I mean, not gonna lie, I thought you looked pretty ancient when I met you a while back. But you didn't have any kids, so I figured you must be younger than you looked. And now I find out that you're actually 12 years older than him? That's like super weird. What were your parents thinking having kids that far apart?
Mary? That's an interesting way to start a conversation the day before your wedding. What brought this up all of a sudden? You're also taking a much different attitude with me than the day we met.
I didn't really care that much about you back then, so I didn't bother to ask. But Jake finally dropped that bomb on me a little bit ago, and wow, I was absolutely blown away. You're 12 years older than your brother and are married, but you still don't have any kids? What exactly are your plans now? Like, what are you gonna do with the rest of your life?
If you must know, we tried to have kids, but we were never able to. Apparently, I worked myself a bit too hard when I was younger. That left me with some issues, which have sadly rendered me unable to have kids. So my husband and I decided that we would make the most of our lives together with just the two of us.
Wow, that sucks. For you, not for me. Hearing that makes me really glad that the two of you don't have anything to do with your parents.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, with you all barren and everything, your parents would be constantly nagging me to give them grandchildren. I don't want to spend the next 10 years hearing nothing but, "Are you gonna have kids soon? Huh? Are you gonna?" That would be super obnoxious.
I don't think either the issue of our relationship with our parents or my inability to have kids should be discussed so casually like that. You have no idea how much we went through.
And there it is. Just like a typical old woman, you can't let any conversation go by without fitting in some kind of patronizing lecture.
Mary, come on now. You're marrying my brother tomorrow, and that means we're going to be sisters-in-law. Is this the way you want to start off our relationship? By insulting me?
Would you get over yourself? I'm marrying your brother, yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with you. And just because I'm gonna be your sister-in-law doesn't mean I want to have a relationship with you. Like, were you expecting me to want to have sleepovers at your place and do each other's hair? I'll pass. Actually, I would prefer it if you could just stay out of our lives altogether. Don't think I don't know what you're really after.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you dropped out of high school. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that a barren and uneducated woman knows that she's about to be ditched by her husband. And when that happens, who are you going to turn to? Your brother, who's actually a successful person. You really thought you were going to fool me, didn't you? Well, too bad for you. I'm not dumb enough to fall for it.
Mary, why in the world would you accuse me of such a thing? I have no intentions at all of relying on my brother. I've never had kids, so I've been working my whole life. My husband is successful in his own right as well, and we're very much in love with each other regardless of my ability to have children. So you don't need to worry about that.
I'm still pretty worried about it, but whatever. Just do me a favor and keep a low profile tomorrow, got it? I don't want some old lady getting drunk and making a fool of herself at my wedding. If you ruin it, I will never forgive you.
I don't drink, and I was never one to enjoy the spotlight, so rest assured I will not be making a scene tomorrow. Anyway, I think this conversation has gone on long enough. You must be both excited and stressed out. Tomorrow's your big day. Go ahead and relax for the rest of tonight. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, Becky, you're a lot weaker than I thought you were. Just one little kick sent you flying that far. Either you have a severe case of osteoporosis, or I just don't know my own strength. Either way, you are such a loser.
Mary, why did you do that? I was just standing there minding my own business waiting for the wedding to start when you came along and kicked me in the back.
I did a lot of thinking yesterday, and in the end, I decided that I don't want you at my wedding. Not just that, I don't want you in my life at all. I don't need some bitter old woman hanging around me and dragging me down. So I kicked you out of my wedding. Literally. Get it? Oh, and for the record, do not go around telling people you're my sister-in-law, because you're not. You're nothing to me.
Is that really why you just assaulted me? My back is killing me. It's almost too painful for me to walk right now. My husband had to carry me out to our car so he could take me to the hospital. This is an unbelievable outrage. Why did someone like you have to marry my brother?
Aw, what's the matter, Granny? Are you sad about your little owie? Well, that's just too bad. You are not welcome at my wedding or in my life ever again. Once they're done putting a Band-Aid on you at the hospital, have them send you straight to your nursing home.
If that's what you want, Mary, then fine. I'll go home.
You got that right. And never show your face around either of us again. This is what you get for being a pathetic, childless old woman who doesn't know her place.
I'm sure you feel like you've won, but let me assure you, that feeling won't last forever. Enjoy it while you can, Mary.
It's hard to believe that the big day is almost here. Jake is getting married. If you wouldn't mind, tell him I said congratulations for me. I would love nothing more than tell him myself, but I don't think I have the right to speak to him right now. But even still, I'm incredibly happy for him.
So you ended up not calling him yourself after all? Thanks for that, Mom. That can't have been easy for you.
It doesn't matter how I feel. All that matters is how I made him feel. After what I did to him, I have no right to impose myself on the happiest day of his life. But really, to think that my little Jake is all grown up and getting married, it makes me so proud. Oh, but who am I kidding? It must make you even prouder than it does me. After all, you're the one who raised him. I was never much of a mother to him at all. So I'm not sure why I would go and get all nostalgic over a boy who likely doesn't even consider me his mother.
To be brutally honest, Mom, there is some truth in what you're saying. But nothing changes the fact that you are his mother. You gave birth to him. You have just as much of a right as anybody to feel happy for him.
Thank you so much, Becky, for everything. I've caused nothing but trouble for you all throughout your life. You even had to drop out of high school because of me. I couldn't take care of Jake myself, so I forced you to do it for me.
Really, Mom, there's no need to drag all that stuff back up now. It's true that both you and that man betrayed me and Jake. It's also true that you fell into a crippling depression. But that's all in the past now. Jake and I have worked so hard to move on with our lives. I'm married to a wonderful man, and while I unfortunately can't have kids, we're both still perfectly happy together. I want Jake to have that same happiness too. He deserves to finally have the good, loving family that he never had.
You're right, Becky. I'm sorry. There's nothing that I can change by apologizing to you at this point. I just want you to know that I wish you all the happiness that I never gave you. So please, take good care of your family. Don't make my mistakes.
Trust me, Mom, I won't be repeating any of your mistakes. And neither will Jake. We don't want to become like you.
I'm glad to hear that. And I'm so sorry for everything I've done to make you rightly feel that way.
You've already apologized more than enough, Mom. Anyway, Jake's fiancée, Mary, seems like she's a pretty nice girl. I'm sure the two of them will be very happy together. And once he's married, settled down a bit, and had some time to think, maybe then he'll feel like opening the door to you. But that's his choice to make, and you'll just have to wait until then.
I'm so proud that you became such a strong woman in spite of me. You sacrificed so much in your life in order to give Jake the best chance that you could to make something of himself. And yet, here you are, after all these years, still taking care of him like you always have.
Hey, I'm his older sister, aren't I? Taking care of my little brother is part of the job description. Plus, I'm 12 years older than him anyway, so my relationship with him was always closer to something like an aunt and her nephew. All I want is for Jake to be happy. If he's happy, then I'll be happy too.
Jake sure is lucky to have had a big sister like you.
Thanks for saying that, Mom. I can only hope that Jake feels the same way.
Hey, Becky? Have you gotten to the hospital yet? If it's possible, do you think you can turn around and come back? Like, now? You've got to hurry. I need you here, or else the wedding is gonna get canceled.
I had a feeling that was what would happen. More than a feeling, actually. The second you kicked me, it was practically a done deal.
Becky, I am so sorry for kicking you. Jake just told me everything. I had no idea that you had paid the full cost of our wedding. If I had known that, I would never have done a stupid thing like that. I am really super mega sorry.
Mega sorry? Are you 10? Anyway, it's interesting that you're only apologizing for what you did because you found out I paid for your wedding. You did not apologize because it was a viciously cruel thing to do and caused me serious injuries.
I'm sorry for that too. I'm sorry for everything.
It's really incredible how much a person's attitude can change once they realize the position they're in. If you never found out about me paying for the wedding, you no doubt would have texted me in the morning to deliver a fresh batch of insults. You know, like old granny, barren, and so on. That's how much of a nasty woman you are.
Hey, come on. You don't have to put it that way.
Am I wrong? You kicked me, your fiancé's sister, in the back so hard that I'm laid up in a hospital bed right now. And while I was on my way to the hospital, you went out of your way to text me even more insults. Do you not think that fits the definition of the word nasty?
Look, I'm super sorry about all that, okay? But you gotta do something. Jake is going crazy over here. He's never even raised his voice to me before, but ever since I kicked you out of the wedding, he's been screaming at me. Why did you have to go and tell him what happened? Thanks to you, everyone here at the wedding is furious at me. What should I do?
What should you do? Why are you asking me? It's your problem, not mine. Since when is the victim of an assault responsible for protecting her attacker from repercussions?
But you don't understand. I am in huge trouble right now. I didn't think that Jake would get this mad about it, and I never would have thought that you would be paying for the wedding. You dropped out of high school, didn't you? There's no way you could have that much money, even if you and your husband do have 2 incomes. And I mean, you guys are brother and sister. Siblings don't spend that much money on each other.
I guess I can understand why you would think that way. To you, I'm genuinely nothing more than some random woman who's 12 years older than your fiancé. You were even concerned about the possibility that I would get divorced and start mooching for money from my brother. If you were dumb enough to get that ridiculous idea in your head, I suppose the possibility of me paying for your wedding never would have crossed your mind.
I don't appreciate being called dumb. But other than that, you're right. No one in my position would have thought you would pay for the wedding. I seriously don't even get why you would do that.
Would you like me to explain why, Mary?
Yeah, explain it to me, because I don't get it at all.
It's very simple, actually. I paid for your wedding because Jake is my little brother.
That's it? There's got to be some other reason. What's going on between the two of you? Like, you never even talk very much. What's up with that?
Jake's all grown up, isn't he? He's doing a perfectly good job of taking care of himself. I don't think he'd want to have his older sister breathing down his neck for the rest of his life. And I didn't want to bother him too much. But as well as he's doing right now, things weren't always so great for him. Or me, in fact. So I suppose you can say we have a special sort of sibling bond.
What do you mean, what's so special about you two?
Jake isn't actually my brother.
Wait, what?
I mean, he is my brother, but only my half-brother. We have the same mother, but different fathers.
Really?
My real dad died back when I was just a baby. It all happened pretty suddenly, so my mom had no ability to prepare for it. That sudden loss of the family's sole income made things really difficult for my mom for some time. About 10 years later, still in the middle of struggling to make ends meet, my mom met Jake's dad. He was a good man who treated her well, at first anyway. Once my mom got pregnant with Jake, they decided to get married, and that's when everything started to fall apart.
What happened?
He had been fooling around with other women while seeing my mom.
No way! What a creep!
I can't put him entirely at fault, though, since my mom was doing the same thing and going out with other men. Once they got married, though, my mom stopped seeing anyone else. Jake's father, on the other hand, did not. If anything, he started fooling around even more, with one woman in particular. One day, my mom saw the two of them together, and so she confronted him about it. He didn't like that. After that, the gentle and caring side of him vanished forever, leaving a cruel, violent side in its wake. The way he saw it, if he's the one paying all the bills, my mom didn't have any right to stand up to him about anything, not even infidelity.
But why didn't she just divorce him?
Don't you know anything about women who suffer domestic abuse? It's not always as easy as just leaving. Plus, Mom saw him with a woman, but there was no way she'd be able to prove his infidelity in court. So she was afraid of getting an unfavorable result from the divorce proceedings, since she would be the one initiating. Then, once I turned 16, my mom got a brilliant idea in her head. Since I could work, that means she wouldn't have to anymore. So she finally divorced Jake's dad.
No way. She made you work instead of her?
It's not like she was in much of a condition to work anyway. She had fallen into a deep depression ever since Jake's dad started getting abusive. She also couldn't afford medication to help with the depression, so she did nothing but sleep and watch TV most days.
Wow, so you guys had a pretty rough childhood, huh? And is that why you don't have a relationship with either of your parents?
That's right. I knew we had to get away from both of them because as long as they were around, nothing good would happen in our lives. So I left home and took Jake with me. I kept working to keep us housed and fed, and he kept going to school. He was still pretty young back then, so he doesn't remember a lot. But there is one thing that he will never forget. The sight of his mom with blood dripping down her face one night when his dad got a bit angrier than usual.
Oh my God.
That's a major source of trauma for him, and whenever he looks at Mom, that trauma comes right back. Mom's aware of this, and so she keeps her distance from him for his sake.
Man, what a crazy story. So that's why you said he's so grateful to you? Because of your whole family situation?
Not to blow my own horn, but yes, he feels like he owes me for all I've done for him. Granted, Jake has worked exceptionally hard himself. I think a big part of his motivation was that he didn't want my hard work to go to waste. And just look at him now. He has a successful career, a house, and a fiancé. I'm so proud of him. That he could be so resilient after going through so much really makes me respect him. It's just too bad that his fiancé happened to be you.
I had no idea Jake had gone through that. He never told me.
Well, you know now. That's why having a happy family is his biggest goal in life, even bigger than having a successful career. He wants a chance at having the family he never had. It's also why he came to me and apologized after I found out I could never have kids. He felt that he was at fault since I had been working a full-time job since I was 16 to support him. And all that hard work and stress contributed to my infertility.
Hey, I'm sorry about all the nasty things I said about you. I never knew how much the two of you had been through. I was being really, really insensitive.
Meh, I'm used to it. Most people in this world would see me the exact same way you do, just some old, barren woman. But I know what I'm worth. All the experience I gained from working from a young age helped make me what I am today, for better and for worse. I don't regret doing everything within my power to support Jake one tiny bit. And today, I'm successful enough that I was able to pay for the full cost of his wedding.
See, that's what I don't get though. Jake has a good job. He should make more than enough money to be able to pay for the wedding. Why did you pay for it?
Because I was able and willing. It's that simple. I wanted to do something I could to support him in making his dream a reality.
What dream?
Haven't you been paying attention? I just told you he wants a happy family. You know, with a house, car, kids, pets, big screen TV, the whole package. That's all he's ever wanted out of life, and I will be forever willing to do anything and everything within my power to help him get what he wants. That's why I paid for the wedding. This way, he'll have more money at his disposal to pay for all the other things he wants for his family.
Wow. Well then, if that's the case, then we've got to get this wedding going again. I never knew what a wonderful sister you were to my Jake. It's so great to hear how happy you are for him and how supportive you are of him having a happy family. That's the goal that the two of us share. So let's get to it. You and me, Becky, we're gonna kick this wedding back into gear.
Hold it right there, Mary. You're getting ahead of yourself. I told you that I wanted Jake to have a happy family. Unfortunately, however, if he marries you, then I'm afraid that will never become a reality. Which means that the wedding isn't just on pause, Mary. It's been canceled. For good.
What? That can't be true.
Oh, but it is. Jake just called me a little while ago and told me about his plans. He said he was going to send all the guests home and then come over to the hospital to see me. I bet he's in the chapel talking to the guests right now.
Oh no.
Oh no is right. It's really unfortunate that things had to happen this way.
It's way too soon to be giving up completely, though. We don't need to cancel the wedding. We can start it up again right now. As soon as the doctors get done checking you out, you can just head right back here. Then the whole family can celebrate like we were always planning to.
You broke 2 of my ribs with that kick, you moron. So no, I won't be going anywhere anytime soon, much less to the wedding.
Is it really that bad? Like, I've never broken a rib before. Does it hurt so much you can't walk?
Right now, I'm too busy dealing with the pain of simply breathing with a broken rib to even think about walking.
Oh. Hey, wait. Jake is calling for me. Maybe that means he changed his mind and wants to start the wedding again. You hold on just a second, Becky. I'm gonna go talk to him. Oh, and think about what I said, okay? You know, about getting the wedding going again. Be right back.
I really doubt that he's changed his mind. If anything, the situation for you is only going to get worse from here on out. Oh my, Mary. I thought the worst was yet to come for you. But not even I could have foreseen this sudden development. It's like something out of a soap opera.
Don't you dare make fun of me.
How could I resist the opportunity? I mean, there you were, thinking you were going to make amends with Jake after assaulting me, and who should show up but, drumroll please, your secret boyfriend. I'm gonna have to ask around to see if anyone was recording the second he stormed in and started screaming, "Where's my girlfriend? Where is she?" Then he demanded the wedding stop because he thinks he's the one you really want to marry. Oh my god, this is incredible. My ribs are on fire from how hard I'm laughing, but I don't even care. The joy I'm experiencing at your expense is way more effective of a painkiller than the drugs they were giving me.
But that's not true. Why won't anyone believe me? I don't know how, but he got the completely wrong idea about our relationship. I only go out with him every once in a while, like on weekends when Jake has to work and I get lonely. I was never serious about him. I mean, who would want to marry that guy? He's not husband material. I would never marry a guy like him.
What a coincidence. You aren't wife material either, and Jake would never marry a woman like you. Maybe you're under the impression it was just a fling and that you weren't serious about him, but that doesn't change any of the facts. You cheated on Jake. But wow, that guy is something else, isn't he? You use him as a boy toy to scratch your itch when your fiancé isn't around. And that made him think that you were going to marry him. You know, maybe the two of you are actually a good match. You're both a couple of hopeless idiots.
This is not what I need right now.
Wait, I've still got more. He actually grabbed the microphone and started spilling all the details on your salacious relationship in front of the whole wedding party. Boy, if his plan was to ruin your wedding, I have to say that it was a resounding success.
But I'm telling you, this is all a misunderstanding. I never expected that something like this would happen. All of my plans for my future involved marrying Jake. I was going to cut things off with him after we were married.
So you had no problem seeing another man while you were dating or engaged to Jake?
I messed up, I know. But I promise that I will do whatever I can to give Jake the happy family that he's always wanted. So please, you've got to do something.
What do you want me to do? Tell my brother to stay faithful to the woman who betrayed him and assaulted me? Not a chance. Really, Mary, I'm so glad you revealed your true self before the wedding. If you had waited a few hours to kick me, then Jake would have already been married to you. Now he can break up with you without going through a messy divorce process.
He can't break up with me.
He can, but let's move on, shall we? We have business to discuss.
We do?
You assaulted me and left me with a serious injury. Needless to say, I am going to file a police report.
No way, you can't do that. This is a family problem. You don't need to go to the cops. Can't you forgive me as an act of mercy to your sister-in-law?
Wow, you really don't know when to give up. You either have a will made of iron or a brain made of Swiss cheese. What's done is done, and neither I nor Jake will forgive you. Enjoy prison, Mary.
Well, hello there, Marie. Long time no see, eh? Did you miss me? Been treating our daughter well? Who am I kidding? She's got to be absolutely miserable. She's had no one to rely on but you for the last 15 years, after all.
Who is this?
Ha! Don't act as though you haven't been crying yourself to sleep every single night since I left.
I'm sorry, but I believe you have the wrong number. If you are who I think you are, then there is no way you would be contacting me now. Then again, if you are who I think you are, you might just be stupid enough to think you have the right to speak to me after what you did. In either case, we have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Jeez, is that any way to talk to your husband?
Ex-husband, you creep.
Come on, calm down. I just want to talk, that's all. And I think June wants to talk to me too. Anyway, if you don't want to talk to me now, that's fine. I'll just talk to you at the wedding.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? You mean you don't know about your own daughter's wedding? Have you gone senile in the last 15 years? Or are you just an idiot who's too busy being a useless nag to know what your daughter has been doing with her life?
Does it feel good to message me out of the blue just to speak nonsense and insult me? Honestly, if you think you have the right to come back into my life after all this time, then you might be an even bigger loser than I gave you credit for. You abandoned June and I and ran off with one of my high school classmates. What's going on, Derek? Why are you contacting me now? Are you in jail and need money for bail? Because I would pay money for them to keep you in jail. Seriously, this is just plain creepy. It feels like the start of a horror movie. I don't want you interfering in my life or June's life ever again. You've already hurt us more than enough for one lifetime.
You finished? I mean, good grief, Marie. It's been 15 years since I left and you're still mad? How are you going to find yourself a new man if you're carrying around all that emotional baggage with you?
You don't need to concern yourself with my love life. Now tell me what you want.
I told you just to talk. June talked to me the other day, you see. She told me about her wedding and that she wants me to be there.
June said that? You're lying. There is no chance whatsoever that June would actually invite you to her wedding. She hasn't thought of you as her dad since the day you walked out of her life.
But she did invite me. Think about it. If she didn't tell me about her wedding, how would I know she was even getting married?
I wouldn't put any sort of underhanded means beneath you.
You just can't handle the fact that she doesn't love you as much as you thought she did. The very fact that she invited me to her wedding, despite your years of propagandizing against me, is proof positive of that. She's a strong, brave girl in spite of your influence.
can't believe that June would actually invite you. There's no possible way. And even if she did, how dare you accept? After what you did, you have no right to be in her presence ever again.
What do you want me to do, refuse a request from my daughter? She said she wants me to come, so I'm coming. She knows that no matter what happened between you and me, I'm her dad, and nothing'll ever change that. What woman wouldn't want her father at her wedding?
A woman with a deplorable creep like you for a father.
Again, you're just bitter that you couldn't satisfy her by yourself. She clearly needs the presence of her father in her life, and I can't blame her. I'd want my father too if I had to live with just a cranky old woman like you for 15 years.
That's it. I can't talk to you anymore. I'm going to talk to June. Don't say another word to me until I get back to you. June, we need to talk. I just got a message from someone I neither expected or wanted to hear from again. And he told me something so ridiculous that I simply can't believe it's true without confirming it with you. So, as strange as this question may sound, here it goes. Did you really invite your father to your wedding? Oh, wow, he already talked to you about it? Geez, that was quicker than I expected. I only talked to him about it earlier today. Wait, you mean it's true? Why would you do that? I thought that you hated him as much as I do. Was I wrong about that? Were you just pretending to be angry at him all this time? Oh, let me assure you, Mom, I'm probably even more angry at him than you are. But then why would you invite him? You know that if you invite him, he's going to ruin the wedding. I never want to see that man again in my entire life, and I thought you felt the same. And yet you invited him to your wedding? This doesn't make any sense, June. Is this some kind of a prank on me? I guess you could say it's a prank, but not one on you. What is that supposed to mean? Trust me, you'll see. There's a very good reason that I'm inviting him to the wedding. And I also want you to be assured that I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you because of him. However, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a hand with making a few preparations. Preparations? Preparations for what? Preparations for making this a wedding that no one will ever forget, especially not him. June, this is all really confusing. I know it might be a little bit hard to understand, and I want it to be a surprise, which is why I can only tell you so much right now. But all I want you to do is tell him that he's allowed to come to the wedding. I'll take care of the rest. I still don't understand, but if that's really what you want, I won't go against you. It's your wedding after all. So you're sure you want to do this? Trust me, Mom, I'm sure. I know that you don't want to see him ever again, least of all at my wedding, but I'm going to make sure that this is the last and only time that we'll ever hear from him. Okay, June, I'll do as you say. I'll tell him that he can come to your wedding. Thanks for trusting me, Mom. All right, well, I just talked to June. Looks like you were telling the truth. So fine, you can come to the wedding.
Took you long enough. Now, will you admit that she wants to have a relationship with me? She's obviously desperate for her father's love and attention. This has to be the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. You had her all to yourself for 15 whole years. All that time you were no doubt filling her brain with all sorts of hateful lies about me. And yet, even after all that, she's still choosing me over you.
I have to hand it to you, Derek. When you first texted me earlier, I thought that you hadn't changed at all in 15 years. But now I can see you most certainly have changed. You're 10 times the selfish jerk you were when you abandoned us. I'm so glad that you aren't my problem anymore.
Uh-oh, looks like I struck a nerve. The truth hurts, doesn't it? Even after I left you too high and dry and ran off with another woman, she still wants to have me at her wedding. What's that tell you about her feelings for you, Marie, huh? To me, that tells me that you must have royally screwed up with her. Anyway, I'll see you at the wedding, Marie. I am really looking forward to it. It'll be the perfect opportunity to show everyone in your family what a terrible mom you are. And also that I was 100% right to ditch you 15 years ago. I feel bad for poor June being stuck with you all this time.
It is absolutely rich that right now you want to put on this act of being concerned for June. If you were so concerned about her, why did you leave her and run away with another woman?
Duh, I was running away, you idiot. I couldn't take my freaking daughter with me.
That's it. You sicken me. I feel like I'm gonna puke just talking to you. I'll see you at the wedding. Don't be late.
What the hell is going on? You heard June's speech, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, Derek, I heard every last word.
This is not good. This is very not good. This could very well be the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, her husband's dad is the CEO of my company. Is this some kind of prank?
It's funny you should ask that question. I actually asked June the same question myself. What I can tell you is that all of this was June's plan. The only role I had was making sure you came to the wedding. I had no idea what else she had in store.
Why would she invite me to the wedding if this was what she was gonna do to me?
It sounds like she invited you precisely because she was going to do that to you. So, Derek, tell me, how does it feel to have a laundry list of all your bad deeds read out for the whole world to hear? Including, by the way, all of your coworkers, your boss, and the company's executives. Do you finally, after all this time, feel some shred of guilt for what you've done?
You and June humiliated me!
Actually, this was June's plan. So while I would love to be able to take credit, I have to give all the props to June on humiliating you.
This is insane. I thought she invited me because she missed me. I thought she wanted to have a relationship with me.
What would give you that impression? Seriously, what grounds did you have to think that's what she wanted? You left your wife and daughter to run off with another woman.
Yeah, but that was forever ago. June was only, what, 5 when that happened?
She was 10, Derek, more than old enough to understand what it means when her daddy is left home to never return. I spared her some of the more sordid details until she was old enough to handle it, though. I explained the whole thing to her once she got into high school.
Oh, so then it is your fault she hates me.
For telling her the simple truth, all I did was say what happened. That was more than enough to make her just as angry at you as I was. Apparently, it made her angry enough to want to get revenge on you.
So this was about revenge? Even if that's true, this is going way overboard. She used her own wedding as an opportunity to humiliate her father? That's the most diabolical thing I've ever heard.
You mean this beat flaking out on your wife and child?
Shut up, you. I can't believe you taught our daughter to be such a spiteful, bitter person. Now I gotta hurry up and get on the phone with my boss and explain that this was all a misunderstanding. Thanks to you, might I add.
Misunderstanding? Exactly what in that speech was there to misunderstand? Every single word she said was the truth, right? She told them you left us, that was true. You took our money with you, that was also true. And you did it all so you could shack up with one of my high school classmates. Again, 100% true. You haven't spoken to me or anyone else in your family since the day you left, and you certainly haven't returned the money you took. It still makes me furious to think about the day I discovered my account had been emptied. You took all of our money. Do you have any idea how much we struggled because of that? I had to go out immediately and find a job to support us. That just compounded the emotional damage June suffered from you leaving.
Dude, that was 15 years ago! It's ancient history. Why are you bringing that up now? It's not like I can do anything about it. What's done is done, right? And even if you were going to get revenge doing it like this, that's just messed up. Talk to me if you have problems, not my boss.
Wasn't that a delightful little coincidence that you just so happened to work for the company that her now father-in-law runs? If it weren't for that, we might never have caught you. Lucky, huh? Well, for us, not for you.
This is the worst coincidence in the history of coincidences. What's gonna happen to my reputation in the company now? You two just ruined my career.
You know, I don't really think you need to be worried about your reputation anymore.
Are you kidding? I'm a businessman, Marie. Reputation is everything in this world. Although I can't expect someone like you to understand a complex thing like business culture, you haven't even worked a decent job in your life.
Did you think I've been unemployed or working part-time jobs for 15 years? I hate to disappoint you, but I actually started my own business from home. It's now expanded to the point where we have a few physical locations.
Wait, seriously?
Surprised? You always thought that I wouldn't amount to anything without you. But right now, it's almost certain that I make more money than you do. But getting back to the point, the reason that your reputation in the company is simple. You aren't going to be working there much longer.
What are you saying?
June talked to her lawyers about everything, and they're all in agreement. Your position is going to be downsized next month. Oh, and one more thing. Your last few paychecks are going to be garnished. You're going to pay back every cent that you owe. I hope you're ready for what's coming, Derek.
You can't do that to me. You're not just gonna try and get me fired. You're gonna steal my money? When did you become so evil, Marie? And just to let you know, I will not get fired. I'm gonna fight this tooth and nail.
First off, being called evil by someone as comically evil as you doesn't sting all that much. And you can go ahead and kick and scream as much as you want. You will get fired. It's already set in stone. And you can't really complain about me demanding that you return money that you stole from me in the first place.
I won't give you a cent. You'll get nothing from me.
You won't have a chance once we sue you. Our lawyer is already working on a suit against you as we speak. We are fully prepared to expend any amount of resources to see you brought to justice.
What? You're gonna sue me? Why do we have to get the courts involved? This is a family matter. That doesn't make any sense.
It only doesn't make sense because you're a complete moron. You stole money that wasn't yours. That means the people who you stole from are entitled to compensation, including 15 years of interest.
It's been 15 years. I had to have exceeded the statute of limitations, so you can't sue me anymore.
You know what they say, Derek. You can always sue somebody.
I don't even remember how much I took from you guys anyway. And didn't you say your business was doing well? It sounds like you're not hurting for money at all. So what reason do you have to sue me? You've already humiliated me in front of all my colleagues and bosses, and I may very well not have a job next month. Haven't you gotten more than enough revenge on me already? You don't need to take a bunch of money I don't have on top of that. I just want to walk away from this and forget I ever met you.
The feeling's mutual, I assure you. We would love nothing more than to never have to hear your name or see your face again.
Okay, then what gives? Why would you sue me when it's just gonna drag out our relationship through a lengthy court battle?
You're mistaken, Derek. I'm not the one who wants to get money from you.
Wait, what? If not you, then who?
Your parents.
My parents? Why do they want money from me? I didn't take anything from them.
By extension, yes, you did. It wasn't but a few weeks after you stole all my money that they paid me back the full amount out of their own savings. They told me at the time that they would get the money back from you one way or another. And since I just gave them your phone number a little while ago during the reception dinner, they'll be getting in touch with you very, very soon. It's time to take responsibility, Derek. Oh, and speaking of you being irresponsible, I happened to bump into Mina last year.
You did? You mean she's been meeting you in secret?
No, you conspiratorial nutjob. We met at our class reunion. I never expected her to show up, which is why I thought I could go without issue. But lo and behold, I sat down at the table and she came right up beside me. I guess she was actually looking forward to talking to me. It was all I could do not to slap her right then and there for having the nerve to approach me after running away with my husband, but the first thing she said to me was, "I'm sorry." She told me all about how terrible you were to her while you were married. I figured since she had suffered so much already, I didn't need to hold a grudge against her anymore. You, however, are another story entirely.
Wait! You mean you know where she is? Can you give me her phone number? That woman left me in the middle of the night. I woke up one morning and all her stuff was gone. She didn't even leave a note or anything telling me why. You can't imagine how traumatizing that was for me. I thought I could trust her. I thought she was loyal to me, but she betrayed me like I was nothing to her.
Wow. Wow, Derek. The irony in that sentence is pretty incredible. It's like the irony equivalent of the Mona Lisa. I want to frame a picture of that and put it up in the Louvre.
What do you mean?
What Mina did to you is the exact same thing you did to us. Do you really not understand that? Honestly, now that you tell me she did that, I think I am beyond the point of just forgiving her. I think I want to ask if she wants to hang out sometime. Maybe go and get a drink after work together.
Oh, I'm sure the two of you would get along just great. You're two peas in a pod. You're both a couple of useless, ungrateful, nagging, demanding harpies.
Where do you get off telling us we're useless when you were the one who took advantage of us? When you left me, you took all of my money with you. And from what Mina told me, you forced her to pay all your bills out of your paycheck while you spent all of yours on your mistress. You cheated on the woman you cheated on me with? Well, I guess that shouldn't surprise me. You really are the lowest form of life on the planet. Fortunately for me and Mina, however, you're no longer our problem. We both divorced you, so now you're on your own. You're going to lose your job, and your parents will be coming after you shortly to collect on the money you owe them. It took a lot longer than I would have liked, but it seems like you're finally going to get what you deserve.
I know what this is. This is all a ploy to get my attention, isn't it? That's it! You're doing all of this because the truth is you want to get back together with me! Oh, that's adorable! You're playing hard to get. All right, babe, if that's what you want, I'd be willing to marry you again. However, I have two conditions. Condition number 1, you talk to my bosses and get them to reconsider firing me. Condition number 2, you talk to my parents and get them to forgive the money I owe them. That sounds fair, doesn't it? If you're okay with those terms, then I'd be glad to go back to being your husband.
I'm already married, you dunce.
You are?
Yes, I am. Happily married. But could you please knock off texting me all these creepy, bizarre fantasies of yours? I rather enjoyed the meal they served at the reception. I'd hate for it to go to waste.
Don't deny it! You know you still have feelings for me!
Get over yourself, you narcissistic nuisance! The only feelings I had left for you before today were anger and hatred. After what June just did, though, I have to say that I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I was surprised when you first told me that June had invited you to her wedding. I thought that she felt the same way I did and would rather go the rest of her life never seeing you again. But now that I see what she had in store for you, I totally understand why she did it the way she did. Now we can finally move on.
So you're really married then? When did this happen?
We've been married for 5 years now. We met while June was in high school and fell in love, but we thought it would be best to wait until she had graduated to actually tie the knot. He's an incredibly kind man who's been a flawless father figure for her. He's also the person who introduced her to her husband. So yeah, Derek, we're better than ever with you out of the picture. Sure, things were difficult at first, more than difficult actually, But we didn't give up. We worked our hardest, and now all of that hard work has paid off. I have a wonderful husband who supports me, a successful business I built myself, and a daughter who loves and respects me. I'm really kind of glad that you left us.
What are you trying to say, huh? You're saying that you're doing great for yourself and my life is going straight down the drain? Are you bragging about that?
No, not at all. Oh, wait. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I am bragging. Get wrecked, creep. And with that, I no longer have anything to say to you.
That's it? You're just gonna leave me high and dry?
I most certainly am. It's time for you to take responsibility for your actions. For real, Derek, you're 50. It's time for you to grow up and be a man. Goodbye forever. Hey, Mom, how are you feeling? Have you calmed down from all the crazy happenings at my wedding? I'm sorry that it got a bit chaotic. And also that I dragged you into my crazy scheme to get revenge on that guy. Don't be silly, June. You don't need to apologize for anything. And yes, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Are you sure? I mean, you always talked about how you never wanted to see him again. And thanks to me, you didn't just have to see him. You actually had to talk with him and get him to come to my wedding. I feel like I used you like a pawn. I feel kind of bad for that. Don't feel that way. I don't feel used at all. Actually, I'm quite happy with what you did. You are? Really? Why? You cooked up this revenge scheme to destroy your dad's life. But it was all for my sake, wasn't it? How did you know? You've always been so concerned about all the problems he caused for me after he left us. But you never seemed like you were upset for your own sake. I thought you must have been bottling it all in, but after your speech at the wedding, I understand now that you really were always more concerned for me than you were for yourself. That guy did the worst thing to you that a man possibly could. I mean, sure, you're married to a great guy and doing well for yourself now, but I remember how hard it was for you to make ends meet 15 years ago. You worked yourself so hard that you ended up in the hospital that one time. I was furious at him for what he did to you. I swore to myself a long time ago that if I ever got the chance, I would make him pay. And while I was planning my wedding, I thought this might be my best and last chance to do that. You really are an amazing woman, June. You're clever, strong, brave. I'm so glad that I have a daughter like you. You are the one good thing that came out of my relationship with that man. You make me so happy to hear you say that. Thank you for working so hard to support me until today, Mom. Now that I'm married, I hope that I can find ways to start paying you back for everything. I might be moving out of your house, but I'll always be your daughter. Could I maybe come over every once in a while so we can have lunch together? Oh, and you're always welcome to come to our house. Sounds great. How about tomorrow? Oh, but I'm sure you'd rather spend time with your husband right now. You can stop by and visit whenever you'd like. Our doors are always open. Take care of yourself, June, and take care of your husband, too. He's a good man. I know. I'm lucky to have him. I love you, Mom. Talk to you soon. And with that, June and I were finally able to close the chapter of our lives that had been dominated by my ex-husband. As soon as I knew he had left, I never intended to speak to him again. My heart sank when I saw his name run across my phone when he sent me that first text. But now that it's all said and done, I'm glad it happened the way it did. If not for that, we likely would never have been able to fully move on. Derek was fired shortly after that, but that wasn't the worst of his troubles. No, that came when his parents finally found him. They handed him off to the capable hands of a relative of theirs who runs a very strict facility. Derek is now working day and night under constant supervision to pay off the money that he owes his parents. As for us, we found a peace in our lives that we once thought would be forever out of our reach. Things got quite hectic for a while after the wedding, but soon settled down. I was so impressed with June. It must have taken so much courage and planning in order to pull off what she did. I can't say enough how proud I am to have a daughter like her. With Derek in an undisclosed location getting exactly what he deserves, we don't have any reason to think about him any more. Now June and I are able to focus on each other and our families and getting the most out of every single day.